it's Michelle and I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and an emotional eating expert. And today I wanted to talk about creating body acceptance. So whenever we find that we are emotionally eating or dieting, what we think we're after and we want to achieve is a certain size for our body or maybe even a certain shape. And we might think we want to look a certain way. I know that is what happened to me. I started wanting to lose weight, to look a certain way, to be more, I thought it would be more attractive, I'd be more accepted, I'd be approved of. I just thought my life would be better overall. And so that is not necessarily what happened. What I learned for me is that even when I got to that place, that certain size, I didn't necessarily accept my body. I still had the same thoughts running in my head of not feeling good enough, and I didn't feel I was approved. It wasn't exactly what I thought was going to happen. And so what I want to talk about is that acceptance comes from a different place. Just because we reach the size we want to be at or the look doesn't mean we accept ourselves. And so that's the work we need to do under the surface. So a lot of the times when I say acceptance, I think most people think acceptance means you like your body or you love it. Acceptance isn't about liking or not liking something necessarily. You can like or not like your body and still accept it. So acceptance is sort of neutral. It's just coming to a place of looking at your body where it's in a neutral space. So you start looking at your body without judging, this is good, this is bad, this is fat, this is small, this is ugly, this is pretty. Just kind of talking about it objectively in a way. And then looking at the mobility or what that body part does and how it serves you and give it that meaning rather than just superficially looking at what it is. And so acceptance is really, as we learn to kind of rewrite our story about our body in this very neutral way, it becomes very neutral and almost this jumping off ground that we can really then look at other beliefs that we might have. So when we start really seeing our body, we can see all the beliefs we had about our body kind of fade away, and we can start questioning those beliefs. Why is this size more attractive than that size? Or why is this look more attractive than that look? And of course, we all want to be healthy, but our healthy is going to look a little bit different than, this narrow box. We might be on either side of it, or we might be that size as well, but we really have to come to what is healthy for our body and feeling good in it. So I have this exercise that helps with body acceptance, and it helps you come back to your body and, just to really truly see our body. And when we start working through this exercise, what can actually start happening is we'll start noticing we might be triggered by certain body parts. We cannot look at it objectively. So we might say, I have a fat stomach, and we can't think, maybe I just measure the size of my waist, but there's a lot of emotion there. To write something good about it, it might be really hard. And when we have those sort of triggers in different areas of our body, then we move into the next stage of really looking at the emotions held in there. Your body might be holding on to sadness or grief. And I always talk about this, our body holds our emotions. So our unresolved, unprocessed emotions. Emotions, when we feel an emotion, we have a biochemical response in our body. Like with stress, we have cortisol. So there are all of these different factors that are released when we have a certain emotion. When we don't process through it, it's unresolved, and we need to go back in and process through it. If we were allowed to just feel how we felt, we would have felt the emotion. It would have made its way through our body, and it wouldn't be an issue. But when we hold on to that emotion, we always create a story around it, and we need to go into the body, into the emotion, and resolve it. So, for instance, if you felt that your stomach, you just don't want to look at it, you might have buried a lot of sadness there or anxiety, and you don't want to look at that emotion. So you distract yourself, you just ignore it, you think of better thought, but that emotion is still in your body. When you're able to get into that area, really talk to it, what is it about? feel through the emotion, maybe resolve a situation that was unresolved and find a better way forward, you release that emotion from that area, and that part of your body no longer becomes such a big issue. If it's a very deep issue, you might need a few times to go through it. But if it's something more minor, you're able to kind of process it in one session. When we get to this place of really looking at our body neutrally and looking at the blocks preventing us from looking at our body neutrally, or just to say our stomach digests our food, and to be positive, not even positive, but to say the utility of that body, then we are able to then start creating the body we want in terms of how we want to feel. We want to feel healthy. We want to feel strong, and we can see where our body takes us. What is our body's healthy and strong? And so to sort of sum it up, creating body acceptance has a few steps. It's really starting off with looking at our body very neutrally, questioning our beliefs about why we need to look a certain way, and just coming back to neutral. This is our body. This is where we're at right now. And then getting into body acceptance is pretty easy from doing that exercise. It's repetitive, and it's just reminding yourself of a new way of looking at your body. And then, of course, if it's very hard and you struggle with that, going deeper into the emotional ties with what are you holding on to about that particular part of your body. And then when you process that emotion, you're in a more neutral place so that you can start then deciding and what you desire in your body, the health you want to create, the well-being. And it's not necessarily tied to a number or a shape. It's just a feeling in your body, and it's feeling you're healthy. So I hope this video has helped you. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, and please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to sharing more with you.